I'm not gonna be afraid no more. Fear don't live here no more. I'm not gonna be afraid no more. I just walk out that door. That's me.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Kingdom Safety Response Unit. It's your boy Vaughn once again. We're going to talk about having confidence today, okay? And I've broken down confidence. Now, the reason why we're talking about confidence is because there's many of us are unable to go forward and unable to take the next step in life, unable to go after our dream because we just lack the confidence that it takes in order to move forward. We lack that confidence to step out into unknown territory. We lack the confidence we don't feel confident that we are able to overcome the obstacles that might present itself to us, quite frankly, all right? And that's a big hindrance. It's not that we can't do it. It's not that we don't want to do it. You know, I would never judge anybody and say, listen, you don't want that thing. You know, I believe that all of you guys really do want to go after the best and really want to walk the path that was designed for you to walk. But I truly believe that many of us don't go out. And when I say us, because this happens to me often also. Many times I don't feel the confidence of going forward. I don't feel like I can do it sometimes. That's the best way to put it. I don't feel like I can do it, all right? And there are many reasons why we may not feel confident, all right? But I'm just going to pinpoint two, and I'm not going to really separate it into, you know, I'm not going to talk about one and then talk about the other today. But I'm just going free flow with it and talk about it. I'm going to use some stories to tie it in, all right? And those two principles are this: being properly equipped and having the proper preparation, all right? So one of the reasons why, or two of the reasons why we don't have confidence, we lack confidence, because we're not properly equipped and because we don't take the time to prepare with the equipment that we do have so that we can walk confidently, all right? So remember when we did the video 100%, I spoke about my boy Mike, right? My boy Mike is the one that helped me to really get my mind right and to really remember, like, listen, I'm not where I want to be yet, but even in the places that I don't want to be, I got to give it 100% because that's what shows your character, all right? But now Mike said something else that was profound while we were at work, and he said, listen, I'm able. The job that Mike and I do, there might be times where we might have to get physical with some people, all right? And he said, listen, the reason why I'm able to walk into a place, and sometimes people even think that I'm cocky, or sometimes people just think that I'm overly confident, is not because I'm even trying to be. He said, listen, I just understand, I know what my skill set is basically, and I know what I'm able to do if we should find ourselves in a situation where things have to go down, right? So Mike began to break down to me, listen, I have 23 years of martial arts under my belt, right? Not only that, I have 23 years. I understand the body. I understand how the body works. I know where certain pressure points are in the body, all right? So when I get into a fight, it doesn't matter. Mind you, Mike is 250, probably like 250 pounds, probably 6'3", 6'4", right? And so he's a big dude. And he says, listen, it's not even just because of my size, because he's like, listen, people bigger than me can come up to me. And he said, listen, the confidence that he has, it's not like a foolish sense of confidence like, oh, well, I just think I'm big and bad and I can go after it. Nah, it's like, listen, I've taken the time, I've been diligent to prepare myself so that when the big event happens, when something goes down, I know that, yo, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take you out, basically, all right? And so one of the things that helped me know that Mike was really confident was this, right? Mike was talking. He's like, listen. There's been times where 3 guys have come up to him and basically maybe had some beef with him. I don't know what the whole situation is, but 3 guys will come up and say, listen, we basically want to take you out. And Mike is confident enough to, most people, even though they're confident, they're not going to give away the fact that they feel that they can beat you. They're going to try and take you by surprise. But listen, Mike is confident enough to the point where he's like, listen, the 3 of you right now, you all are about my size, and it's just me. The fight right now is probably about even, right? And I'm just like, man, for you to be able to just look at people and just say, listen, 3 of you against me, that's an even matchup right now, right? But what's more is that Mike said on top of that, he said, listen, not only is it an even fight, 2 of the 3 of you are probably going to need serious medical attention when we're finished, okay? And I'm just like, man, that is crazy. Now, I'm not telling you this because I want you guys to go out there and try to fight. That's not what I'm telling you. But I'm saying that, listen, Mike is able to walk a certain way. He's able to give life. He's able to walk with a certain energy. He's able to have a certain character or a certain confidence. He's able to exuberate that or admit that because he's been properly prepared and he's had the proper equipment he's been properly equipped to know that he can overcome anything that's in his path. All right. Another question, not another question, another example, right? David and Goliath. All right. So we all know that David fought Goliath, right? But why was David able? David walked in there. Remember, David's brothers were there. David, King Saul was there. These were men that were trained at war. But why was David able to be? They were afraid to go up against Goliath, right? But David was confident, and David didn't even second guess himself. David asked them, like, yo, why aren't y'all going and fighting this dude? Like, all right, boom, y'all not going to fight him? I've never been in a war. I've never been in a fight like that. But I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna go fight Goliath. And not only that, I'm telling Goliath ahead of time, listen, I'm going to beat you. Why, Goliath? Because I know. They was like, listen, I have God backing me up, and I have the proper equipment, my sling and my stone, and I've prepared with that sling and that stone. So when do we see him preparing with that? Remember, David was a shepherd originally, right? So he had his sheep. All right. Sometimes he had to protect those sheep against if you read the Bible says that he had to protect it. I don't remember if it said other animals, but I know he at least had to protect them from bears and lions. So, and what was David's equipment was that rock and a sling. So boom, we have the rock, we have a sling. That's David's equipment. So he has the proper equipment, right? But now what's his preparation? His preparation was fighting the bears and the lions, okay? So that now, one day now he's being faced with a Goliath in his life, and he's not worried. Because why? Because I know that I've been prepared. I know that I have the equipment that I need, and I know that I have the preparation with that equipment that I need. Matter of fact, and I just thought of this today, and this was deep to me, right? Because Saul was the king at the time. Saul was David's king, and Saul tried to get David to use the king's armor, right? And David had to say, listen, I'm not saying that equipment is bad, but guess what? I've never trained with that equipment. And so, yeah, that equipment might have some good things about it, but I have an immediate problem ahead of me, and I know how to use this equipment that I have. I don't know how to use that equipment, and even though it's good, that equipment could slow me down. So guess what? I'm going to go into battle with the equipment that I know how to use right now, and I'm going to conquer this dude. But guess what? This is what was deeper to me that all of a sudden hit me while I was thinking about that, right? When David took the time, because of David's preparation and his equipment, he beats Goliath, right? He winds that stone up, hits Goliath right in the forehead, Goliath drops down, right? But peep this. Now the same weapon that Goliath was going to try to use to beat David, now that Goliath's dead, walks up to Goliath, grabs Goliath's own sword, and chops Goliath's head off, right? So look, because David used his rock and his sling, and he prepared with it, not only did he defeat the thing that was in front of him, but now he got more equipment, he got more resources now to overcome that thing more and more, and now he can go forward and conquer even other obstacles, because now he has even more equipment than he originally had, right? So if you do what you're supposed to do, not only will you conquer what's in front of you, but now you'll gain more equipment. Now you'll gain more weapons. You'll gain more skills. You'll gain more to become the lawyer, to become the doctor, to become the businessman, to become whatever it is that you want to become, to fulfill the destiny, whatever destiny it is that you're supposed to fulfill. But it takes that first step, and a lot of us aren't taking that first step because we don't have the confidence, right? And we don't have the confidence because we haven't taken the time to get ourselves the proper equipment, and because we haven't taken the time to not just to get the proper equipment, but the proper preparation with that equipment. And so I'm just making this video today to say, listen, today is the day that you need to start and say, listen, what equipment do I need to get to where I want to be? And how do I prepare with that equipment so that I can walk confidently up to that thing and know, listen, I don't care what you throw at me, I'm going to overcome it. And I'm going to reach that goal that I have set, all right? So that's it for today. Be confident, everybody. Be vigilant. And I'll see you next time on the next one. Vaughn, I'm out.